Hi everyone, this is Praveen. In this video, we going to discuss about the new lesson from SSLC, that is social stratification. In this lesson, we mainly focus on the meaning of stratification, features of stratification, and different forms of stratification, and the problems faced by untouchables, and what are the measures taken by government to eradicate untouchability. Okay, the first one, the meaning of stratification and the features of stratification. What is the meaning of stratification? The method of dividing people into different strata, and assigning different roles in society is called stratification. We have to keep in mind some of the very important thing in this definition, that is dividing the people into different strata and assigning them different roles in society. Okay, next one is features. What are the features of stratification? Let's take point wise. The first one, it is in social nature. It is based on recognition importance. Not physical traits. It is not on the basis of physical differences of human being. It is based on education and income, profession and skill. The stratification is based on skill, profession as well as income and education. The next point, it is universal because it is in all over the world. The next point, it is existed since the birth of society in this world till the modern times. And the last point is, it is existed in different ways. Next one is forms of forms of stratification. Forms of stratification, this question has asked in board exam. Only just naming which are those forms of stratification. The first one is primitive society, slavery society, estate system, Varna system and caste system. These are all what we call the forms of stratification. The next concept is the problems of untouchability. Which are those problems of untouchability? Let's point them. You can see on the screen the first point of this under this concept. The lowest position in social strata, those who are under this particular system, untouchability, they are lowest in position. One who touched untouchable had to go purification. That was a system in olden days. They were kept outside the education. They were unable to get education even. Restriction on Vedic education. The older society restricted them not to get Vedic education even. And they were barred from learning of Sanskrit. Because Sanskrit language was considered as the language of God. That was only for Brahmin society. The Brahmin society was learning this Sanskrit. But this excommunicated people, excommunicated society members were unable to learn Vedic literature which was in Sanskrit language. And denial of property rights. They had not any property rights. Not allowed to own any property. They were only expected to serve their masters. They have to be like slaves. This is very inhuman practice and violation of the basic human rights. The denial of political participation rights. Even they were unable to engage in political affairs. They were not allowed in political field during a Vedic period, even during British period as well. The next concept is eradication of untouchability. Many times asked this question in board exam. What are the measures taken by government to eradicate untouchability? Very key points are there. The first one you can see on the screen, that is the Article 17. The Article 17 passed by the government, that is in Constitution. It prohibits the practice of untouchability. The second point, the Government of India has implemented Untouchability Crime Act in 1955. Untouchability Crime Act in 1955. And the same right amended as Civil Rights Protection Act in 1976. These are the two very important legislations to control the practice of untouchability. And universal rights to vote and participation in election has been provided to those community. And reservations given to that community, like in particular reservations in education and employment for SC and ST and backward classes community. The last one, the Act of 1989 regulations also provided many such provisions to the SC, ST and backward community people. This is all what the government has done to eradicate untouchability.